Okay, this is the upside down Donkey Kong Jr. Got the image right side up. You can see where the convergence is off. Looks like all three colors are slightly out of alignment, and it's still scrolling. So I'm going to replace the pot on the PCB that's causing it to scroll, and then we'll fix these colors, and then we'll button it up. I don't have a vacuum, so I'm not going to be able to clean out the bottom today, but I'll have it in a couple days. But let's get this thing where it's stable. I changed these two pots here. Let's see, let's look this way. They were 50K pots. I guess 50 to 30K. This one, I just had to pull off like a K7000 remote board or something. This one came off of a parts board, Donkey Kong. So we'll throw it in and see if that's any better. I did just try to reflow the old ones, and that wasn't. All right, real fast, let's go over how to test a potentiometer in case you don't know. So the two outside legs, and sometimes it's a different order, just depending on the pot, should tell you what the total rating is for the pot. This one's actually a 30 ohm, both of them were, and they should have been 50 ohm, at least that's what the screen printing says. I mean, it seemed to work okay, but the 50 works great. So I have it on the two outside ones, and you see we have it at 28. Usually if you turn it, it really won't move it much. So now I'm going to put one on the inside leg and then one on the outside leg. Okay, and it says 1495. Now watch when I move it. A good pot, you don't want it to short out in between going from max to minimum. You just want a smooth progression, which that's pretty good. That goes to the end, back the other way. And now if you hook the legs up the opposite way, it'll just flip your reading. It'll go from low to big instead of big to high. Now let's check out this other one. This one was pretty good. It still wasn't 100%. And I wanted 50K pots in there. Okay, got this one on. So this one also should be 30K. And as you can see, we have nothing. I'm try to turn it. Low light, sorry. Not really getting anything out of turning it either. Let's see if we can adjust it. Okay, so we have a reading. Okay, that was down. This is up. See it shorting out going to OL. And that's the top. Yeah, it's got some dead spots in it. One of the legs, I think, is broken. But yeah, that's how you tell. This one definitely wasn't reading what kind of rating it was. And then as I was adjusting it, it would go to a dead spot where it'd either be OL or it would go to 0 or it would short. That's how you can tell for sure one's bad. And that may not be the best way to test it. It is just a quick way to test. And usually you can do that in circuit too. And look at that, nice and stable. It's a little small, but considering all the twisting and turning I did on these knobs trying to get it to stop spinning and stuff, it looks amazing. Like I said, we do have some convergence issues. Doesn't look as bad now. Actually, just see the green a little bit. Other than that, okay, I see a little bit off. It's nowhere near as bad as it was though. Okay, we're here at the back of the Donkey Kong, or Donkey Kong Jr. And these are the convergence rings I was talking about here. I think you have a red, green, and a blue. And you have two polarities or two little poles for each strip. So there's two here, there's two here. And the farther you move them apart and on each set, changes how they sit, and then how close you move each set to and away from each other changes the color and how it reacts to each other. Because it's magnetic, so it's kind of like you move one magnet closer to another and it pushes it away. It's similar, but you try to wax on, wax off, spin them in circles until you can get the appropriate image on there. But I think this one is, after I adjusted on it and just focus and whatnot, I think it's pretty close. But if it's any more than that, I'll show you how to adjust these. It's kind of, I don't feel like it's any risk. I can put it back usually, but if you don't know what you're doing, you might want to take some practice on a bad monitor first before you do a really nice one. But one of these videos, I'll show you if it's not this one. Give me a second and I'll check. That's pretty good. It's definitely stable now. There's just a little bit of red and blue, but I think it looks fine. The color brightness and whatnot may not be perfect, but that's way better than anything we've had in months. So I'm gonna move over to the over to the Popeye. Tomorrow, I guess I'll either that or later today. I don't know how long that Popeye will take. It might just take a few minutes. But I want to switch the control panel over, and then we need to look for a marquee. But I think we have one at the warehouse. But yeah, I'm happy with that. Move on. Yeah, the convergence, it was barely anything. I just barely moved the green, barely moved the blue, and they kind of were lining up. So no problem. We'll do that on another one, maybe Popeye. Okay, yes, this one's working. It's not upside down. It's not at all squiggly, but it's just a little dim. I mean, it looks okay in the camera, but it's, you can see that it needs some degaussing here, some sizing, but yeah, it's just a little dim, a little flat. I might be able to adjust that out. I'm gonna try, but if I can't, I'm thinking we're to pull it and cap it. This is that one that's kind of got that funny sound in the back. It's by the flybacks. It's probably the hot. So I'll see if I can adjust it and make it look good. And if that, little click, and it's not a click, but if that little sound doesn't stop, then I'm going to go ahead and pull it. I'm going to have to anyway. All right, let me try. Looks like it's a little blurry too. Oh, I see. Looks like the blue. Yeah, the blue is outside of its lines. Yeah, there it is. That'll make it look blurry. All right, give me a few minutes. We'll see what we can do. It's much brighter now, and it seems like it's out of focus, but it's actually the convergence. But I was able to brighten it up quite a bit, so cap kit may not be needed. Well, I'll have to listen to see if I hear that sound. I have a feeling the monitor's just grumpy because it's in the wrong settings. But I got to get this red and blue to meet back up and maybe brighten that green up a little bit. It's getting closer. I don't know what's going on here. That's got to be some kind of sizing thing, or it's tearing at the top. These two right here are going to be ground and 5 volt. So what do we get here? Did I not turn the game on? I didn't turn the game on. I guess that would help. Hang on.
Here it is, a nice little trade. The person I traded got what they wanted, I got what I wanted, and a pretty good deal on it too. Super hang on.
Get what I want.
That comes later.
Yeah.
Okay. It's on fire.
What happened? Whoa.
Lots of smoke.
Well, that's bad.
Yeah, well, thanks for watching.
When you take care of people, people take care of you in this community.
That's the truth.
So everyone, please remember that. Even if we're competitors, we're not enemies.